Hello and welcome to the Get Creative podcast, the podcast for creatives by creatives. I'm Evan Schmidt, and my guest today is Rishi Daftuar. He's an audio engineer based in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and he's also my cousin. Hey Rishi, thanks for coming on the show today. So tell us a little bit about you.
Hey Evan, nice to be here today. So I'm an acoustics and audio engineer, so I dabble in pretty much all things music related. Most importantly, I like to exist in the area where technical and creative problems intersect. So by day, I work on tuning and optimizing premium automotive audio systems, and by night, I run my own recording studio. Both of these tasks sort of employ similar parts of the brain where there are a certain set of technical skills you need to achieve good results. And then once you sort of have a lot of these technical parameters in place, it's about using your creativity and imagination to dial in the sounds and features that you want out of a sound system or a recording or kind of whatever else you're working on.
Nice. So in the creative realm and the technical audio realm, or in life in general, what is something really good that you've learned?
So, especially for people who are technically minded or whatever, I think it's really important to keep the big picture in mind. Or another way to put it is to not get lost in the details. So, audio engineers often get into the nitty gritty of technical details. Is this frequency right or wrong? Or is this type of compression awesome? And those things are important, but you have to remember that to think about the big picture, and you're always trying to serve the artist or the client. So, for example, a songwriter often cares about conveying their feelings, their emotions, their message, so on and so forth. So, does the music sound big and exciting, or does it sound delicate and vulnerable? Whatever the artist is sort of trying to achieve with their music. So, no one cares if 500 hertz is too much or too little. They only care about sort of the big picture end product. And so as an audio engineer, you want to make sure that, you need to have the skills and the ability to dial in all of those technical skills. But those are like a behind the curtain kind of thing, behind the scenes thing. The main goal is to be able to get that big picture or that emotion or that final product out, whatever the method is.
I love it. I agree 100%. And I try to think about that every day because you're totally right. So, what are you working on right now? What do you want to pitch?
I'm working on a handful of sort of garage rock, indie rock records. That's kind of what I like to work on mostly. So I track and work on it all out of my home studio that I have set up really nicely. We have a separate tracking room, ISO booth, control room, and it's just a lot of fun. Bands that I'm working with right now are Jungle Fowl from Ypsilanti, Michigan, and Human Skull, also from Ypsilanti, Michigan. So those are two of the main projects I'm working on. I'm also working on my own band Tanager's record, as well as a Balkan brass band named Ornamatic. It's a lot of fun. We get to just lay back, kick it in my apartment, record sounds, take breaks, do whatever we want. And it's just a relaxed environment that works for me and hopefully works for the artist as well.
Yeah. And where can people find that stuff and your other stuff?
So I don't know when exactly those albums will be dropping, probably sometime early next year. But you can find my works at www.rishidaftuar.com. You can reach out to me at rishi@rishiverb.com. Instagram handle rishiverb.
Nice. Well, Rishi, thanks for making time for me and the audience today and getting creative with us.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
That's it for another episode of Get Creative. You can find more information about my guest in the show notes. Be sure to subscribe so that you get the next episode in your sleep. And please give the show a review. For more information about me, go to evanschmidt.com, follow me on Twitter and LinkedIn, and watch my vlog on YouTube where I share lessons that I've learned. Thank you for listening. Now go get creative.